Mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the fairest balls of all? Clair Obscur, Expedition 33 does. Right, Isaiah?
It's time to smooth out some balls, David. I see 2 pairs of balls on the screen right now.
Oh, you're kind of right. So, people love this game. Isaiah and I know nothing about it. We're excited to see why people like it, as we are RPG guys. It seems like, oh, do you know the story about this game, Isaiah?
The only thing I really know is there is a paintress that paints a number, and anybody that is older than that number basically gets fucking Thanos snapped out.
Okay, so I don't even mean about the story. I mean about the team.
No, I know nothing about that shit.
So Sandfall Interactive are mostly all Ubisoft devs. So these guys like all worked on Ghost Recon.
So we're in modern day France.
Yeah. Looks pretty damn good.
Man, a florist.
Yeah, must be.
If you're gonna give someone flowers, you should probably do it before they wither and die.
What, the flower? Or Sophie?
What the flower?
Ooh, duh. Sophie
That's
would
trying to
approve.
make me laugh so hard. That's dumb.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Wow, did they just try to make him look like
Underestimate
Robert
Lumière's
Pattinson as much as they
enthusiasm for the
could?
expedition.
I'm
Desert
talking-
Definitely not the,
5.
not the first time a video game's done that, though.
Yeah.
Have you tried?
Wow, it looks good. Makes sense the way it's playing so far.
No.
All right, let's go. I'll accompany
Running.
you there.
God damn, she
She
got
is hauling ass.
speed.
Okay, we're both running now.
Been ready.
Hey, it's us from the future coming back to also have some more words about this
I set
beautiful
up these
game
raffle
that
shortcuts.
Isaiah and I have discovered here. And I guess many people.
I mean, it's selling 2 times faster than any other JRPG on Steam right now.
Yeah.
So that's a big indicator how popular this
The whole
game's
thing
become.
is that it's this versus Final Fantasy VII. Now, of course, Final Fantasy VII is selling fantastically on the PlayStation because Final Fantasy and PlayStation's like bread and butter. But for everybody else in the world getting their hands on this game, it's kind of a dark horse right now because, of course, Oblivion Remastered came out.
Yeah.
I feel like a big thing about this game is it's a lot of people when Baldur's Gate 3 came out were feeling very refreshed by it because it was a full complete game for a decent price. I think it came out at $60, so a full price game. But you got, I think I have 300 hours in it just playing it around. This game is like another breath of fresh air in the gaming industry where it's a $45 game. You're getting at least 30 hours out of it. And it actually looks and plays amazing.
Yeah, that $45 too, they started out on sale. Like, the game's $50 by default, but they were like, you know what, the release week, we're going to make it $45. Geniuses. We were just talking about this before we started recording this extra note here. The president of France, say what you want about Macron, has come out and said, thank you for making this game.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to paint the French in a good light, and this game did it.
Yeah, exactly. 1 million copies in 1 week is definitely a good thing for a game this small, with this small a team. It was 30 people, I think, in total,
That's at
and
least
12 of them were former Ubisoft guys. What they think they have been trying to call is a AA game. So
That's
there's
a fair title.
Yeah,
I
there's
can
like
understand
a
that.
huge gap, right, between quadruple A games that we're getting now and
The
indie
indie
games.
scene, yeah.
So we have indie games that are awesome, cute. I honestly want to play some indie games on here sometime soon too.
I love finding like little obscure indie games that I end up dumping even just 20 hours into.
Yeah.
You know, nothing like crazy.
what do
but
we actually? We're ignoring an elephant of an indie game. Schedule 1.
Yeah, we played a lot of that. That
Schedule
was before we
1
started recording again.
Yeah, Schedule 1 was one guy. And that guy is making millions of dollars right
His
now.
game is so good, he's getting sued by another drug dealer.
Yeah. Well, I think those people are just trying to get his money. But
Yeah.
anyway, this is about E33. there is definitely a gap between quadruple A games and indie games right now, and they found their niche right in the middle of that somehow. The game is a JRPG, and that's the other thing too, is that you have to imagine that Square Enix and Final Fantasy are kicking themselves right now because they just left the JRPG format for real-time combat in their games. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy guy. I want to give it a shot, but is this being my introduction to JRPG? I'm loving it. It kind of has some FromSoft Dark Souls aspects to it with the parrying and stuff like that, but at its core, it is just a Final Fantasy rip. It also kind of gives me rhythm game vibes. Do you get that at all?
I can understand that with the timings that
with
you got to
the timing of everything, the QTE
especially like the
stuff.
attacks that are like multiple attacks in one go. Like,
Yeah.
it's very rhythm based.
It's rhythm. It's definitely like rhythm based or groove based, which reminds me of rhythm games a lot. But you wouldn't. I mean, this isn't a rhythm game. It's its own thing. It's a what do we call it? A JRPG, French JRPG. And for some guys that worked on Ghost Recon games, they've absolutely killed this. IGN says that at the peak of its release, it has 120,000 players on Steam.
That's concurrent, right?
Yep, concurrent at peak.
That's
yeah.
big.
That's big. Not many games are hitting that. They sold 500,000 copies within the first 24 hours. No wonder they're getting thanks from the president of France. Other games in its similar style, Metaphor ReFantasio, which also was up for Game of the Year last year, only had 85,000 as its peak player count. So if people were saying that was Game of the Year worthy, I've never played the game, I don't know anything about it. If people are saying that was Game of the Year worthy, this game is obviously bigger.
It should have a surefire shot.
Yeah, this definitely should have a surefire shot. What other games have come out this year that are even close to that? I mean, honestly, if people give shit to Schedule 1, but you could argue that Schedule 1...
it's not big enough, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it is a great game. It's very well made. It's just, it's too small.
Yeah, and then there's, I mean, Oblivion Remastered, but...
You can't make a
isn't
remastered
it,
game of the year.
Game of the Year?
It's
No.
got to be new. It's got to be refreshing.
Hell no. They should not be giving Oblivion Remastered Game of the Year. I don't think so. That means that the only other game that actually probably should be Game of the Year, as of right now, is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
That was a very fun game. I haven't beaten that one yet, and I've been
That game
enjoying
is
it.
massive,
Yeah.
right? And that game is unto its own with immersive sim stuff and also an RPG, right?
Yep, it is an RPG at the end of the day.
But what I think makes this game so good is that it is almost it wears its influences on its sleeve. It is arcadey and game-like when it needs to be, and because it does those things, it is more fun for it. Like, I want to play this game because it's gamified. Everything is so gamey. I'm not sure if that's a good way to describe things, but, like, it does video games so well. So many companies are trying to rip off each other that they get lost in the sauce. They're so uninspired.
What do you think of the the gameplay mechanics and the combat? I'm a big fan of their combo building you can do with your characters.
Oh, yeah.
Like right now, my own separate file that I have running, I'm doing big on just fire and getting Mayel into her virtuous stance.
Yep.
And then I just have her finish off anybody tough for me. That's the combo I've been working with recently, and that's a very basic one.
And you know, that is kind of, I mean, that's an RPG, right? Is that you could make the equation how in whatever way you want. This game gives you all the numbers, all the division multiply signs that you want, and then it's up to you to make the equation. And that's what makes RPGs so good and fun, and that's what this game has knocked out of the park. They have managed to artfully combine all these things into, like I said, making just a perfect game in terms of, like, it's up to the player to do what they want, and everything feels accessible. I think there was the fight early on where I was like, I'm so close to doing this. I know I can do it. And I got my shit pushed in quite a few times.
You would
But-
get him down to the sliver and you couldn't finish.
but I couldn't finish it, and that was on me because I didn't know how the parry worked, and I couldn't nail my quick times exactly how I wanted. But I felt it. I felt that I could do it, and that is the feeling that is so good about Dark Souls games. Is when it's just out of reach, but you know if you lock in just a little bit better this next time, you're gonna get it, and that's what makes this game good. And I can see how that equation and all the open-ended RPG mechanics could absolutely make this game fantastic. And we only have 4 hours in the game, each of us probably now. I'm definitely going to be giving this game more of my time. Let us know in the comments, I guess, if you guys would like to see us play more. We've been having some identity crisis stuff with us, not knowing if we want this to be a video essay or a love letter or a let's play to this game. So you'll be seeing footage that we took and probably some audio of us playing the game in real time cut in between all of this. But we hope to do more stuff like this in the future of us just talking about what makes games good.
What makes us want to come back to a video game?
There you go. And this game has all the things that we want. It's open-ended. It's an RPG. The gameplay loop is great. And then, like I said, the equation that this game presents you, it makes you always come back for more.
Yeah, it makes a somewhat repetitive combat system become extremely fun. Just playing around with like the weaker enemies until you get to a boss, so you can figure out what works well against them. Also, trying to figure out enemy weaknesses. The game doesn't just tell you what they're weak against. You have to figure that out by actually fighting the enemy.
And then remember for next time.
Exactly.
That's what makes a good game, man. Punish me.
For real. But don't punish me Dark Souls hard. That's too much.
That's for me, not for him. But I totally am okay with getting my shit pushed in and then having to get my stuff together. Anyway.
This game, it's enough it will beat you up if you don't know what you're doing, but it still gives you that chance to feel rewarded when you figure something out. And you're not sitting there for 2 hours fighting the same thing. Like, you can if you're really that bad, but...
Then you could just come back anyway. And be
yeah,
like,
that's the other thing too. It's an open world. You can leave a fight if you feel like you're under leveled for the area. We've both gotten to the open map portion of the game where you actually can go find different areas to fight in, which is pretty cool.
Do you have anything else to say about this game? I feel like we're getting a little rambly now.
Not that I can think. I can keep glazing it, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've definitely been telling everybody about this game.
Yeah, me too.
And if you haven't played it yet, please go play it. Go decide for yourself. Just because the name's too long and it's a JRPG, do not turn your nose up at it. If you like RPGs, period, give this game a shot.
This game might be something that turns you on to other JRPGs. Like, it's that good.
I want to try Final Fantasy now, but am I even going to like it if they're using the real-time combat?
You want to play an old one, I would say.
I guess I'll have to go play an old one. Well, that's what we got. Thank you guys for watching.
We'll see you the next time.
We'll see you in the next one. And enjoy us being Hero Gaming while we still are.